And I think we are live. Hi, guys. If you're stopping by, first of all, my name is Miriam, for those of you that don't know me yet. And if you're stopping by, please, tell us where you're from and stop and say hi. Today, I have an interview with one of our business partners. She's amazing. Her name is Natasha. Um, and yeah, we can come in. Well, we're going to bring her in. Yay.
Hola.
Hola. All the way from Spain.
Yay. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, bien, gracias. Okay. Yes, Natasha, well, let's start with, tell us a little bit more about yourself. Introduce yourself, please.
Well, hello everybody. Hola desde España. I'm originally from the Netherlands, but I've been living in Spain since 1998, so it's quite a long time already. I'm a mom of two preteens. I have a 13-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. I'm married, and I'm a former receptionist and medical interpreter. I've also worked as a waitress many years. And since 2 years ago, I've been a digital business owner full time.
Awesome. So, what would be your pains and struggles? Hold on. What pains and struggles did you have before starting your digital business?
I've always, the problem of combining my work with my family. It was always running around the moment I get up till the moment I go to bed. It was, the continuous struggle of getting them on time at school, then go to work, and then you have to leave them over at school. Then you have to, after school, you have to go running to pick them up or not, or leave them at school for extra school activities. It was always, that running around. It was also getting that balance that everybody wants, between work and family. And not having much time. I used to work practically all the time in the weekends and vacations, because here in my area of Spain, I've always worked with tourists. So summer is of course the busiest season, and that's when the kids mostly have vacation, and mommy always had to work. So that was a bit my struggle, not having enough time for family things and for myself.
Oh my God, I understand. I used to go through the same thing when I used to be working. Since I sometimes would open the store or close the store. I was a retail manager. Having to pick up dropping my daughter off so early in the morning or so late, and it's kind of like it's one of the worst things that I had to go through too.
It's frustrating, and then you come home and then you have to do everything at home, and it's just this daily boring routine, day in, day out. It's
exactly. Yes. And so, why did you decide to have a digital business?
Well, I didn't know it at the time. I lost my job 2 years ago due to financial problems that the company was having. So I was laid off. I don't know. I just didn't get any notification. I had to hear from a third person that I was not going to be working. So of course I was devastated. And I did do some other job interviews as a receptionist, but it was, starting all over again, putting up with the hours that they, I've always been a bit lucky with my hours, because I've always worked for one person a long time. So I did have the privilege to combine the hours with school, not exactly, but here, más o menos. So I did some job interviews, and I just didn't feel like going back to work. So my husband said, why don't you just take some time off? And that's what I did. But yeah, there came a time, of course, that I had to go back to work or had to do something, because things had to be paid, and money wasn't coming in. So, and I enjoyed my time so much at home, and it always had appealed to me to be to be doing something from home, but I just didn't know what. So I looked into a few courses I might do, but all you had to my studies from the Netherlands. Yeah, they weren't valid here in Spain, so I had to do high school again and all that. And I think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be studying again with me as a 45-year-old and going back to school in the evening. I don't have time for that. And the money it costs, of course. And an offline business, yeah, was out of the question because it was too much money. And this business just came up on my feed one day, and that's how I looked into it. So even the whole online space, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even know it existed. So when the ad came up, I thought, oh my gosh, oh, this might be interesting. So that's how my journey started.
Oh my God. Yes. I completely relate to you because the same thing happened to me. The business I worked for, it went bankrupt, and now I ended up, like you said, with nothing. After so many years, you're like, oh my God, I have to start from scratch. Like anything that you had in the company is gone. And
Yeah.
so, and then I thought about the same thing, going back to school, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm 40 years old. I should already be saving for retirement.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and why would I want to go back to school and waste all that time? And I'm like, oh my God, no, I have to
because
focus
it's a long
online.
time. It costs you a lot of money, and in the meantime, there's no money coming in. So I
Exactly.
couldn't study and work because I just don't have the time. I mean, between family and everything, it was impossible.
Yeah, no, my husband also asked me to stay after that. After that job, he told me the same thing. Why don't you stay? And I decided, yeah, and I liked it, and that's why at the end I was like, you know what? I have to find something online that I can do,
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
that's the only way that I could stay home and continue
Yeah.
to receive some income. So I
Yeah.
did that, and it's like, oh, so I know exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Because
you said.
I wanted to do something. I just didn't want to go back to a job offline. That's what I didn't want. I wanted something for myself because I just couldn't just stay home and do nothing. And that's not me. I wanted a purpose. I wanted something to do, for myself and for my family also, of course, because
Right.
and with one wage these days, it's impossible.
Not good. Yeah.
Exactly. Especially if you want to do something extra or you want to do something, then one
Travel.
wage is end of the month you just go like this, and I'm not going to live like that.
Yes, it's actually, and I'm in, like I was telling in one of my other previous interviews, we don't like to always just receive the money. We like to get our own money too.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a good feeling. It's just have your own to be independent.
Mhm. So, what are your biggest results or change that has happened since you started the digital business?
Time freedom. Time freedom, that's what I wanted. I can just work whenever and wherever, and I can just decide when I want to work and where I want to work. So that was my major goal, and that's what I've achieved. And I'm staying at home, of course, so I haven't returned back to work since I lost my job. So I'm doing this full time, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it.
I can see that you have a lot of fun doing it.
Yes,
I follow your
and
pictures.
that's important. You can do a lot of things, but if you're not having fun doing it, then what's the point?
Yes.
And this is just, it's fun, it's productive, so it's perfect.
Yeah, because I've seen your TikToks and I'm like, oh, look at her. Hey, you know what? This is what this is all about: having fun and loving what you do.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things I love about this business, because not only can you do it from anywhere in the world, but you can have fun while doing it. I was
Absolutely.
just traveling a couple of days and I was still doing
Yeah.
my business.
Exactly. Yeah, because I went. I've never had vacation in the summer, so it's been now 2 summers that I've been able to enjoy summers in Spain. Because I've always worked. So you can imagine, since 1998, all these years, I've always worked the whole summer. I might have had a day or 2 days off in the week, but never a week or 2 weeks or nothing like that. So now I have the whole 3 months that the kids have vacation here. I have vacation also. So
Mhm.
last year we were able to travel back to the Netherlands and visit my family. So yeah, we had a great time. This year I don't know, due to the whole thing that's going on here.
I
We'll
know.
have to see. But it's just being able to just being able to make that choice and say, oh, tomorrow I can go on vacation and I don't have to ask my boss for time off. So that's yeah. Hmm.
Oh, look, let's say, Gracious stopped by and said hello. Hello, Gracious. Okay. So, what advice do you have for people that are skeptical about starting their business?
I think it's normal that people are skeptical because it is the online space. I must say I wasn't skeptical at all at all. I was a bit. This is the first online business I've ever done and ever looked into. So I think I just maybe I got lucky because we hear from so many members in our community that they've done so many things and it didn't work or it was a scam and all that. So I guess I hit the jackpot
Yeah.
straight away. And yeah, I was a bit scared in the beginning. I thought, oh, can I do this? Because without any experience in the marketing world or in the online space. But I I just say people that are skeptical, you just have to come in and take a look. We all started in the same place. We all had those feelings of skepticism or feeling a bit scared, but just watch our free presentation and then see for yourself and you can just see when you watch our webinar or workshop, whatever you want to call it, when you see it, you can see it's real, people sharing their stories, beginners and advanced, and you can just feel that it's real because at least in my case, I watched the webinar and I saw the potential of the business. I watched the presentation, and at the end of the presentation, there are testimonials of various people, and I thought, this is it. This is just it.
Yeah.
And I just jumped in without thinking about it. I just jumped in straight away.
You
And
know what?
you can do your research. You have a month of time to look into everything and know everything about it. And if you're not happy, well, you get a refund, and that's it. So
Yeah.
you have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like you said, I never saw. So I have to admit, at one point, I was even praying to find something that I can start, that I can actually start from scratch, and somebody can teach me. Because I wanted to do digital, but I knew it was hard. And if you're not
Yeah,
paying so much money, then how can you
exactly.
do it? And so I was like, well, I've seen a couple of here and there, and I saw
Yeah.
some ads, and none of them caught my attention until I found this other ad,
Yeah.
and I was like, let me see. So I did check it out. I started researching it, and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and check that webinar, and that's where I did. And that's where I did it.
You're frozen.
Mm. Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, what happened? I think my internet went down. I'm gonna try to hurry up. It's telling me hurry up. So I was just saying that that's when I got yeah, that's when I saw the whole thing. And when I went all the way in, I was like, oh my God. And I knew right away this was real people. I
Exactly.
mean, who's gonna be putting their faces like that if it was not
Absolutely.
real, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Exactly. Because there are so many online businesses out there and they don't show their faces and they don't tell you what it's all about. So they're a bit more,
Uh-huh. And you can
it's
tell they're like like I don't know. It's just that yeah, I was
yeah,
really at
I
first
think it's just
afraid.
a gut feeling. I'm not saying that everybody likes what we do. It's possible and it's not a fit for you, but you know, you
Yeah,
just and sometimes you just have to take a jump and take a risk. Not everything out there is a scam, and we're definitely not. This is legit. This is the real thing, and it's so worthwhile. It's so worthwhile, and anybody can follow it, just as you said. Even if you don't have any experience. And the best part is we don't have to sell anything. We don't have to bother
Yeah.
anything. People come to us when they want information about it. So I've never approached anybody about this business. If somebody's interested, they come to me. So that's the beauty of this, and the rest is practically done for you.
Yes. Oh my God. The first day I found out that I had to do no selling, I was like, thank you. Exactly what I was looking for. Because I hate selling.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I have friends that do makeup and all that, and I buy their products. I mean, but I just don't see myself selling those things. And I think, how many mascaras do I have to sell to get a benefit? And I'm not going to be able to pay my rent by selling mascaras. I'm sorry. So I wanted something more productive, more worthwhile, and long term, because I mean, you can do all this, but once you get 60 or 65, I just don't see myself selling these products.
I mean,
it's not my thing. No.
And I actually did a whole bunch of the other stuff, and it's just, I mean, I'm telling you, those were not. I never felt good about it. I used to hate bothering people just so I can make my sales, and it was just not me. And I know that it's other people, it works just fine, but not for me. And I was like, so I was thinking, I hope this business is not about me having to look my friends and family and having to sell. And when I went all the way, and I was like, thank you. This is exactly.
I think that was the thing that made me decide, yes, this is it. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Natasha.
You're welcome.
And we'll today, so if you guys are interested, today we do have a webinar, which it is I'm in Chicago, so the webinar would be at 7 p.m. And Natasha, what time is in your side?
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. So go to www.mediumgarcianetwork.com, or go ahead and say yours.
NatashaQualityLifetime.com.
Awesome. Yes, you could just go in and then watch the 90-minute webinar. It's a live webinar. And I'll see you guys there if you guys decide to come in. Thank you again, Natasha.
You're welcome.
I'll see you at the webinar.
Bye.
Bye.